can't wait for me to be a bad dog. Let's do it today. Let's stand out. Let's stand out for every man next to you. It gotta mean something. It gotta mean something. If we want to go somewhere, we gotta do it today. We gotta do it today. Let's go. Let's go, baby. All in, all out, baby. All in. Win on three. 1, 2, 3, win.
Yo, Woke Down to Recaps here. Or another recap. Not a happy one. The game, 49ers versus the Baltimore Ravens, Week 16, Monday Night Football on Christmas evening. Not a good one. They just made way too many mistakes. It was not fun watching it. It was a very depressing thing. I didn't enjoy it, not even a little bit. It's crazy. 5 interceptions, a bunch of penalties, dropped passes, giving the Ravens the ball in great field position for them to score. Having a second half where we were down 21 points for a while. And then Brock gets a stinger again. They decide to not put him back in. Sam Darnold comes in and he finds a way to score one touchdown. We're down by 14. We get down the field again. We're at the goal line. Mistakes, get a sack, throw an interception. So despite as bad as it was, we had an opportunity at the end of the game to pull within 7 and possibly have a chance. Who knows? Probably, even if we'd scored, probably unlikely we would have found a way to get the ball back and tie that game up. But it was a possibility. And we all know that it was an AFC team that we played, so it didn't affect our conference record. We're still 9-1 in the conference, so we're still the first seed. Yes, we're tied. The same record as the Eagles, the same record as the Lions. We have the head-to-head over the Eagles, so we're still in first place. We got 2 games left. One against the Commanders this Sunday at 1 p.m. Eastern. Then we have the Rams in January, the 7th. Have to check. There hasn't been a time there for several weeks. I don't know when that game's gonna be. But we got to win those games if we want the number 1 seed. We got to win those games. I mean, we can get some help. If we lose and the Eagles lose, then it won't matter because again we would have the same record and we have the head to head that would break the tie. But really, what we need to do is just win those last 2 games. We win those last 2 games, we're number 1 seed, and that's it, plain and simple. We get the bye, and hopefully we make some noise in the playoffs. Hopefully we do what we need to do. But yeah, that game was just not. I wasn't feeling it at all, not even a little bit. It was crazy. I was getting mad. I was as I do when I watch games. I do yelling, and I yelled. I know when Brock threw like his. It might have been his 4th one. Although now after I saw the replay, he got hit as he was throwing it. So it wasn't completely his fault. I mean, it definitely probably affected the trajectory and it made it go towards that defender. But I was yelling like, where were you? Did you stay home? Are you still in Arizona? Like, where are you? Like, I didn't understand. I didn't know what was going on with them. They didn't play well at all. So, yeah, we lost 33-19. So we lost by 14 points. We were losing by 21. So we scored towards the end. And we had another opportunity to score that we didn't because we threw an interception. Well, we took a sack first when we were on the 1-yard line. It's like 3rd down. We take a sack, get backed up, and then just throw an interception to end the game. And the game pretty much ended after that. I mean, it didn't end right then. I mean, they ran the clock out at that point, but it was over. Because there was only like a minute or so left at that point. So it was it. We were done. It was over. So yeah, which then makes me think that even if we would have scored there, it wouldn't have mattered because there was only like a minute something left, and they would have done the same thing. I mean, we had some time. I think we had a timeout or two, maybe three. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. I know we would have attempted. I don't know if we would have kicked an onside kick or anything, but we definitely would have attempted to try to get the ball back and score a third time and tie the game up and try to go into overtime if we had given the opportunity. But that didn't happen because, like I said, we turned the ball over. 5 turnovers, 5 interceptions, 4 from Brock and 1 from Sam Darnold. Yeah, and Brock didn't have any touchdown passes. Sam Darnold did. Sam Darnold threw one to Ronnie Bell to get within 14 points. And then we stopped them and, you know, got down to the goal line, but just couldn't get it done. It was terrible. There were many injuries. Trent went out of the game. Aaron Banks got hurt. They shuffled the line. So many people were in. Nobody could block. It was getting terrible. Terrible. I just didn't like it at all. I hope we bounce back. I know. I think we can. I think we're good enough. I just wish we didn't lose this game. Because, you know, we would have won this game and won next week, then we would have locked up the number 1 seed, and it wouldn't have mattered what happened at the end of the season. But now we have to win the next 2 games to win it. You know, most likely. Like I said, there are probably scenarios where, like, the Eagles lose 1 game or 2 games, and it doesn't matter. I mean, the only thing it could be is if the Eagles lose both games or 1 game and Detroit doesn't, and we haven't played Detroit. Well, we have the better conference record. So even if we lose 1 more NFC game, we would only have 2 losses in the conference. So we would be 9-2. And I believe the Lions have 3 or 4 conference losses. I cannot remember. But I believe it's more than 2. Because right now we're 9-1, which is why we're still in first place. We have the head-to-head against the Eagles because we played them and we beat them. We never played the Lions, but we got the same record. But our conference record is better, and we won the division. They also won. The Lions just won the division too. I nobody's won the NFC East yet that I know of. I mean, the Eagles are leading it because they have 4 losses. The Cowboys have 5, but I don't think anybody's won that division yet. I know the Lions won theirs, and I know we won ours. And the South is still pretty much up for grabs because a lot of those records are really close. Nobody has a really good record in that division. But yeah, it's up to us. We gotta win out. We went out and we're our number 1 seed, and then we could see what we could do from there, and hope we can, you know, we get the number 1 seed. We got 2 playoff games: the divisional round, the NFC Championship game. If we win the divisional round, and if we win the NFC Championship game, we go to the Super Bowl, and then hopefully we win the Super Bowl. So it's 3 games. If we get the number 1 seed. If we don't get the number 1 seed, then it's 4. But I would hope we would win the number 1 seed. We won the division, so we're not going to get any lower than 4th, I don't think. At worst. Even if we lost the next 2 games, which would be bad. But it's possible. It's not out of the realm of possibility. It is what it is. Like I said, I hope we handle stuff. We lost this game. We got to forget about it. It's a short week because we're playing again on Sunday after just playing on Monday. It's an early game on the East Coast, you know, in Washington, and we got to go win that game. And then we got to be ready to play the Rams, who are hot. They're hot right now. We've had their number, but they are hot right now. So they're not somebody to overlook at all. I mean, I would have thought you don't overlook the Ravens either, but well, I don't think we overlooked them. I think he just played really bad. Drop passes, turnovers. And some of those turnovers were tips, so that doesn't happen normally. And if there's not somebody there to catch that ball when there's tipped, because there was a few balls that got tipped or were incomplete for the Ravens, and there was nobody back there for us to get an interception. So we got no turnovers because of that. But yeah, it's what we have to do. But it was disappointing. And like I said, hopefully we get our stuff together and go win these last 2 games. Plain and simple. get the number 1 seed, and see what happens from there. See who we play in the playoffs, and beat them, and do what we got to do. That's all I can say. All right, y'all. Peace. Stay woke.